Just waiting for my page to come up on the computer, and then we can get going. And I can see comments and who's arrived, and refresh the page. It doesn't seem to want to come on straight away like it used to. Here we go. Just waiting for my page. There we go. I'll silence me because you don't want me as an echo. There we go. There we are. Well, welcome everybody. My name's Babsie. Pleased to see you all. We're from a little village in Northamptonshire called Jean's Hanger. I'm a paper crafter by heart, and I've loved crafting for quite a few years, and I've been a demonstrator for Stampin' Up for 2 whole years now, but I've been paper crafting for quite a few years more than that. And as I said on my post, we're going to play with Painted Poppies. So I thought I'd just show you the suite that Painted Poppies comes with. Now this is a stamp set we're using, this one here, and these are outline stamps, and then you get this splash of colour that you can put on top. If you don't want to use the splash, you've got these lovely little dots that you can make like a watery colour. If you have a look at this picture up here, they've used a lighter colour for the solid image, and then they've used a darker for the splash, and that's the sort of picture you get. It's sort of artisan and sort of you know, sort of not supposed to be kept strictly in the lines. So there's that's the stamp set we're using, but that is also paired with this die cut set here, which gives you lots of options for sentiments, and this one here actually cuts that one out. And this is a lovely circle that you could put sentiments on, or make a focal point of your card. You have a die here that cuts this leaf out as well, so you can do 3D images. This is another stamp set here with the words, and then the die set cuts these out as outlines. So they actually cut out what you're stamping with that one. And that's quite a good one as well. I haven't got that one, I've just got this one. I have got the sentiments though, and you can see that they've got some lovely effects there. So that's the stamp set in the catalogue, and that's on page 18. If you'd like a catalogue, please message me and we can get that posted straight out to you. At the moment, on the 4th of August, we had this lovely mini catalogue. It goes from August to December, and this has got lots of lovely Christmassy bits in it, autumn bits, Halloween, and also stamps that you can use all year round. So that's available to order from as well. So just, again, message me if you'd like to have one of those. Right, let's get to our card. It's a nice, simple, straightforward card. I always try and do a simple one on Mondays, and then we step it up on Wednesday, and then on Friday we embellish and do lots more with the card. Sometimes we change the card base, so it's not always the same card base, and sometimes we stick with the card design and then just step it up. So it just depends what designs I've settled on, but we always have one stamp set. We will always include one stamp set, and ours this time is the Painted Poppies. So I just show you again what that looks like, and I've got all my stamps that I need on my blocks all waiting for me. And this is the card base that we're going to use today. This is called Purple Posy, and it's a shade lighter than lilac. It's a very light lilac. And to get this shape, all you need is a piece of, I'll just show you with this card because it's just on the desk. This is a full sheet of A4. You turn it lengthways. Sorry, that's portrait. You turn it portrait and you just score in half. Our A4 is 8 1/4, so you will score that at 4 1/8. And that gives you 2 exactly like that. Now, as you can appreciate, if you're going to have a gatefold card, you need 2 flaps. Well, half of 8 1/8 is something like 2 1/16. Well, that's a really hard measurement. So what I've done is scored it at 2 1/fraction and then folded it over, creased it with my bone folder so you get a nice crease, and then folded the other side over to meet, making sure that the ends meet in the middle and you've got it square to the sides. And then once you've got that, then you can push that down and make it nice and crisp. As you can see here, I didn't quite go right the first way round, but with the bone folder going over that, you can't see that at all. And then this piece is the layer inside. So that is one, when you're cutting it, it's a 1/4 of an inch shorter all the way round. So that gives you an 1/8 of an inch edging all the way round. So you cut it a 1/4 inch shorter and that will give you an 1/8. So that goes in there, and then it's easy for people to write on. And we will be decorating that in a moment. And this little piece is just for the sentiment, and I'll show you what we're going to do with that later. So the first stamp I'm going to use is this one here. It's the open stamp with the edges. As I said, it's just stamps in the edge. So that's what it stamps. And then I need a piece of scrap paper to go in between the card. And I did have it here, all set to go, and now I can't find it. That's typical of me, I'm afraid. I move stuff around and then I forget where I put it. So we're just going to fold that in half. It's just to cover the inside of the card while we're stamping, because we will be stamping with the card closed, just like this. So my ink I'm using is the same ink as the paper. So this is a purple Posy ink. Unfortunately, this one's no longer available as it had some issues with the ink quality. But to get the same colour, you just use Highland Heather, which is just a shade darker, and all you do is stamp off. So you ink it up, stamp on a piece of scrap paper just lightly, and then you put your stamp to the page. So here we go. We are going to stamp this poppy all over this card base. There is a sort of rhythm to this. I can see now that I've had the first one too far over, so let's start with that there, and then hopefully we'll get them right across this one. Yes, you try all these things out first off and they all work, and then you come and do it live and you make a little bit of a mistake, and then that's it. So let's try again. So we've got one here, one here. Nothing's ever a mistake in card making. It's an adventure. So it just changes things slightly, and a handmade card is never perfect. And if they are, then you're jolly lucky. There is always something. The recipient won't even know, but us as crafters, we do. But anyway, enough about that. Now that was really simple and easy to do. You don't have to use this stamp set. You can use anything that's in your stash if you have some stamped images like this. You can even make this card with a solid image. It really doesn't matter. The idea is the same. But I like the open flower just because it just adds a little bit more texture. So while we've got the infill for this card, I'm going to change stamps now, and we're going to use the smaller one. So as you can see, this one's slightly closed, and I am going to use the Highland Heather Stamping Off. I can show you then the technique. So what we're doing, we're inking that up with the darker colour, stamping it off, and then we're just going to do a line of these poppies on the bottom. Morning, Linda. I don't know whether you caught up with Jenny, but you've won the challenge for this week on Jenny's challenges. So well deserved with your beautiful cake. Didn't that turn out lovely? So I belong to a lovely group called the Creative Gems. Jenny's our team leader, and we set challenges every week, and this challenge was to use a stamp set that you have in your stash but you haven't yet used. And I used mine, posted it up, but Linda did this beautiful cutout and used it on a card, but then she made a cake with the cutout and she posted a picture of the cake. Oh my goodness, it's awesome. Really, really talented lady there. So here we go. So this is what we end up with. So it coordinates with the front because it's poppies, but also looks pretty on the inside for when you write your sentiment. So the glue that I'm using is an all-purpose glue. Used to be called Tombow. I'm not sure whether it does now. It is now. I'll have a look in a minute. So we put just a tiny bit of this glue because you don't need a lot. It goes a long, long way. Tiny bit on the back, just around the edges, and a squidge in the middle, and then you put that down, leaving, as I said, the border all the way around the outside. So that basically is our card, but we do want to put a sentiment on it. So this is what this little bit is for. So down comes my little scrap piece again, because we are going back to our outline poppy and we are going to fill that in. And yes, I think I'll do the technique with the Highland Heather again. So that's stamping on and in the ink, lightly off, and then I'm going to take it just in the corner, just like that, and then stamp off, and then take the next one just up there. So just to clean that. So that's that one, and that one all nicely cleaned. Now we are, oh, there's still a little bit on that one. Oh, I can see Sue's joined us. Hello, Sue. That's nice of you to join in today. Be looking forward to seeing you this afternoon. I can't wait. I only wish we could hug. I love a hug. Right, so there's my outlines. And now we're going to use the bit in the middle. And what I'm going to use is the Purple Posy, which is a slightly lighter colour. And it is supposed to be, as I said before, supposed to be sort of artisan-y and sort of... I'm not getting a good coverage on that, and I don't know why. Let's put the ink pad on my desk. Perhaps that's why. Don't quite know what's going on there. So we're going to stamp off, and then we're going for a splatter. There we go. And again, stamp off, and then just kind of anywhere it lands. And you can do it a couple of times if you feel you want to darken that colour. It really doesn't want to stamp. I need to clean the stamp, I think. Whoops. Oh yes, that's better. That's much better. And I hadn't planned to, but I think I might use a splatter as well. Why not, indeed? Let's have a go with a splatter. And we'll use the darker Highland Heather, so it brings it... I'm just wondering now. No, I'm not, because I've stamped off with that Purple Posy, so I'll use a full strength Purple Posy. Now I've run out of blocks. Really have to order some more. Right, so that's my splatter. So what did I decide now? What one have I got here? Purple Posy. Right, here we go. So the splatter just goes anywhere in the middle. Oh, it kind of looks like, oh well. Perhaps I should have gone from Highland Heather. They say your first suggestion is always right. Right, so let's get that away. Clean that one off. And now we want a sentiment. And I've got this one, Sending Well Wishes Your Way. It's a nice big one. And I'm just centralising that on the block. And this sentiment has come from the Dandelion Wishes, which is another lovely stamp set. So we're going to have that in Highland Heather. Get my teeth out. I'm just going to stamp on that because I've had a little bit of trouble with my stamps this morning. Nope, that's fine. And then just centralising that just on the side here. That's really nice. Oh, I nearly put that on the card. Oh dear, what am I like? Oh, morning, Carol. Nice of you to join us. We're using the Painted Poppies stamp set this morning. This one here. And just a simple card. You can see what we've done here. We've used gatefold card and stamped just the outline image all over. And then we've just put the smaller poppy along the bottom and put the middle in. And this is our sentiment. Again, we've stamped the outer stamp with the inner and a splatter. So that's going to be adhered to one side only, because obviously if you adhere it to, you can't get into the card. But before I do that, I'm just going to put the edges of the sentiment in the Highland Heather. It just makes it stand up a little bit from the card itself without using any more cardstock. It's quite a good tip. So when that goes down, whoop, right way round, when that goes down, it just lifts it from the page. So there we go, that's that one. So once we get it central on there, yeah, that should be it. So we just want glue to go on this side, just here. And the lovely thing about this glue is that it doesn't adhere straight away. It does give you just a few seconds to move it around. And it dries clear as well. So if you are left with any glue residue on your card, it won't be seen. There we are, that's down. And there we go. Really pretty card. That can be used for any stamp set that you have. You don't have to use this particular one, but I just love the poppies and I don't use it enough. So Wednesday's card will be a little bit more stepped up, and then Thursday's card will have something different, but we will always be using the Poppies stamp set. Yes, I thought so, Linda. Very simple yet quite effective. The only thing I would do again is just to leave the solid. I don't think, or even do the splatter in a different darker colour. I think. I think that's just washed it out a little bit. But as I say, it's as a card is, and I would be happy to send that and to receive it too. It's really nice. Right, well, as we've got a little bit more time, I thought we might try something similar, but change the card base. And this was after me seeing the card this morning, about 20 minutes before we went live. And I will show you in the catalogue. Linda would have seen this before because she was there when I started. But I opened the catalogue up and showed you where the Painted Poppies was. It's on page 18. And this one caught my eye. How lovely is that? Now, for a simple card, you can't really put that on because you've got embossing layers, you've got another DSP pattern paper here, you've got embellishments, you've got die cuts. So it's not a simple card. It's not a beginner's card. But we can do something very similar. And I saw that when I opened the page up 20 minutes before I went live. And I thought, what cardstock have I got? What pieces of paper have I got? So I had this piece of Flirty Flamingo in a top fold card in my stash. And I thought, oh, that sounds nice. Now let's do that one. And then I pulled out a piece of Very Vanilla, which is the same colour as we worked on the other card. And I thought we could stamp that up, just like we've done the other one, and adhere that to the side of the card. And then we could put just a sentiment on the bottom. I think that would be quite good. We could stamp the card just like we've done this one, all over that part that we can see. And then we can stamp, not sure whether we want it all over or whether we just have, like this one, just half of it to allow for a sentiment on the bottom. So if we're using the same sentiment, let's put that on first, and then that will give me some idea of what we can stamp. And of course we're changing the colour, so we're not going to have the purple posy. So we're going to have Flirty Flamingo. That's funny. Got a glue dot on my... Now I've got it on my finger, can't get it off. Right, here we go. Flirting Flamingo. Let's have that piece of paper up to see whether that stamp's nice. Yep, Oh, there's a bit of a gap on that one. Right, let's clean the stamp off. So there seems to be a little bit of texture or something on the W of the wishes. It's not coming out properly. Right, let's have another go. Perfect. There was obviously something on the stamp set. That's all right, Linda, that's fine. Lovely to see you this morning. So we'll put this one on the bottom. Just hold that down to let the ink go onto the paper. And that's really nice. So that gives us an idea of where we want to do the stamping. And while I'm thinking about that, we can get the other one done. Just to remind myself, I'm just turning over the page so I can see. Oh yes, that was done in a darker colour. Oh, we could do that. And it's got splodges on there as well. Wonder if we dare do that as well. For that, all you need is a sponge. You just need a little piece of fine sponge to do this. So I'm going to pull Pear Pizzazz out. Oh, sorry, I'm reaching across. It's just that my ink pads are just above me. Ah, that's it. Got it. Got it. Sorry for filling up the screen. Right, so I'll bring that piece of paper back in, just so we don't splodge everything. So this one's Pear Pizzazz, so it's a very light green, and all we're trying to do is just get a colour on the back of the yeah, I don't think we'll be doing that. No, it's not going to be a simple card. No, I should have stuck to what I was going to do, but we could add some leaves in there. Yeah, we'll do that side, but we can put a leaf in there. Right, change again. Talk about thinking off the pat. Right, let's get the card done. And as we were saying, I can create, like we did before, we'll do the edge like the other card. So we'll come down, we'll just come straight down and just do a line of the poppies just down there. Hopefully that will be, yep, that'll be fine. You can see most of the poppies there. That's it. And then I think we'll go with the smaller one. How about going for the smaller one? And doing it in a darker colour. Yeah, I like that idea. Right, okay, so all change again. So we are going to do the edges in soft suede. You can tell I didn't organise this because I would have had all of my inks all ready to go. And I'm still pulling them off the shelf. So we'll put that one away. That is the large one. We've finished with that one. And we're going to go for the little one. And we're going to make the edges in soft suede, which is a sort of a dark, rich brown colour. Oh, that was rather nice. Let's see if we can do that one again. We have one in the middle, do you think? I think we may. There we go. Oh, that's a little bit full on, but we'll see what it's like when we finish. Oh, I tell you what I was going to do. I was going to leave some room for the leaves, wasn't I? Gosh, I do get carried away sometimes. Right. So now we've got a splatter. So we go back to our Flirty Flamingo. See if we've got, I've got better coverage on that one, much better coverage on that one now. Oh gosh, that is a bit dark. Yeah, I wish I'd left that for third generation. That is very dark. I'm not sure whether I'm liking that. Well, it's full on. That's one thing you can say about it. I'm just going to trim that down a fraction because it's just a fraction too long. I'm not very good at trimming with my scissors, so I do have to use the cutter, and I think I'll do it on this side. It's just a fraction. Nope, not enough. Oh dear. I'll tell you what I'll do. If I take a slither off, then we can move the card over, and then we can have the same top and bottom. What about that? That'll be better. Yay. Then you can have, yeah, I'll do that. That makes more sense. That does make more sense. So we'll have a bit off the bottom and a bit off the top, and then we can make that edge go right the way round. And then you can just have a little bit popping out. The more I see this, the more I'm liking it. I really wasn't quite happy with it, but the more I see it, the more I like it. There we go, just putting that down now. Just so you can see that edge, just a tiny flash of pink. There we go. Yeah, I'm liking that. Of course we'll need a base for the inside, and you can do exactly the same as what we've done with this and just put the poppies around the bottom. I don't think I've got one to hand. I think that one is too small. Yeah. So let's get another piece, and then I can cut. So we just want this one for 5 5/8, I think. 5 5/8, no, 5 1/2. Just over 5 1/2, I think. So maybe 5 3/4, 5 5/8. Sorry, I'm reading the what's the name wrong. It's 5 5/8, and this one will be 3 7/8. Reading that totally wrong there. And that will be the inside of the card. Just like that. And then all we need to do is just to take the half poppy in the Flirty Flamingo. Oh, everything's flying now. So that's going that way round. So we just want a line of these just on the bottom, and I'm going to leave that just like that. And then adhering that to the card. You can see how little glue you use with this. Oh, I was going to have a look and see whether it says Tombow. No, it's, oh yes, Tombow multi-purpose liquid glue. There we go. It's the best thing. That and the dimensionals that Stampin' Up sell. Never known dimensionals like it. They come straight off the pad. You can put them on your project really easily, no trouble, and the tops come off really quickly. So there we are, 2 cards, one planned, one on ad hoc, well, can't say it now, sort of not planned, but it's still come out really nice. I'm really pleased with it. I wasn't at first, but it's grown on me. So there we go. Using the same sentiment, the same sort of structure, but 2 totally different cards. Well, I hope you have enjoyed the cards that I've made today. And if you're interested in having a catalogue, please message me. And also we have a card kit that I've put together called Monthly Crafting Bags. Now this will cost £18. You have unrestricted access to 6 videos for the 6 different cards. You can watch them as many times as you like. All I ask is you don't share them, because that is part of the cost that you've paid for the bags. If I can deliver them to you, if you live within 5 or 8 miles of Dean's Hanger, then it will be £18. But if you do live a bit further away, then I will have to post them, and that will be £20. So this is a little picture here to show you a little splash of the cards, but I have actually got them behind me, so you can have a bit of a better look to see whether you're interested. So this is card number 1 that you see on the top, and that's got embellishments on there. You will get all the embellishments and much, much more. You'll get all the cardstock, all of the DSP. You'll get enough of the products to make these particular cards, but you will also have lots of card bases to make 6 more cards and some embellishments to carry that through. So this is number 2, and this opens up. This is a panel here. This is free here, so it stands up. I'm not sure what they call it now, but that's quite a nice card. Number 3 is this one, and this opens up here, and so you've got 2 flaps that open up. That's number 3. Number 4 is this one. It's a multi-panel card. So this is what they call a belly band that flips off and it opens up. You've got 2 flaps here that open up this way and 1 that way. That's really quite different. The next one is number 5, and that's this one. This is a lovely one, this one. So this is some ribbon here that you open up, and this opens up. This is a little card in itself. So you've got a little card on the top, and you've got some embossing here. This opens up, and there's a flap there to open up, and you've got another place to put your sentiments. And that was number 5, and this one's number 6. So this is a sort of a shabby chic type of card. So you've got an embossed layer there that you scrape the edges and paint the edges with some ink and grunge it up a bit. So there are my kits. If you're interested, I need to know before the end of this week so I can post them out. Any more information you want about that, please message me. I'll be happy to tell you all the ins and outs of that. It's a new venture for me, so I hope you like that and go for that. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's been a pleasure to talk to you. Oh, hi Carol, I've just seen you. Sorry love, I missed the comments, but very nice of you to join. And you can go back on the video to see what we've been up to today. So thank you again for joining me. I hope you've liked today. I hope you've liked the crafting projects that I've done, and hope you have a go at the kits. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining me. Bye bye now.